Hello, YouTube. Happy 2022. I didn't even know what video to do when I came back for the year because I did Vlogmas. I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, for this year, we want to change it up a little bit. It's a new year. It's a big year for all of class of 2022. I thought this would be the perfect way to start. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Today, Bella and I are going to be filming a high school advice video. We want to give you tips, tricks, advice, answer your questions about high school. I mean, it's literally the fastest 4 years of your life and you never expect it to go by as fast as it does. And so I wanted to kind of tell you guys about what it's been like. So,
okay, if you could do it all over again, what would you do different or the same?
I think if I could go back to my freshman year, Katie, which we all know and some of us loved, I would tell her that everything's gonna be all right. There was a lot going on, freshman and sophomore year, a lot that was very behind the scenes, and that part of me thought it would never get better, and eventually it does. But I wouldn't change it because that kind of shapes you to where we are now.
I think the same thing. I think it's important to recognize what you've been through because that shapes you who you are. If I look back to my freshman year Bella, looking at me now,
so much changes.
Would not have guessed I'd be where I am right now. And everyone goes through crap. It sucks.
It's bad.
It really sucks to go through it, but it's really important that everyone does, and you just have to know and realize that it'll come to an end at some point.
Eventually. In the moment, it feels like everything is at its worst, nothing will ever get better, but it comes to an end and you grow from it. I don't know, I hope this helps somebody that's watching, whether you're a senior in high school, a senior in college, whether you're about to go into high school. There's so much you learn from these 4 pivotal years that I don't know, I used to watch videos like this when I was a freshman.
Okay, tips for getting over lost friendships / relationships. That's a deep question.
That's a tough question. The people that you expect that you're going to go through high school with are not the people that you leave with. The people that I surrounded myself with freshman year are literally the polar opposite of the people that I'm leaving with senior year. And I think it's important to acknowledge it and realize that that's what friendships change. I think people come into your life and they're either a blessing or a lesson. People change, whether it's for the good, for the bad, whether it's just a time period. Friendships expire and so do relationships.
I mean, I always remember hearing my siblings telling me about this. I'm number 5 of 6 kids, so I have a lot of experience with my older siblings telling me how high school is gonna be and stuff like that. And one of the things that they said, and one of the things that I've found true, is you're gonna go into high school with a group of friends and you're gonna leave
completely different friends.
You may have a few of the same and you may come a lot closer with them, like us. She came late 8th grade year and she was in my chorus class. And I was like, who is this girl? And I was like, I didn't see myself being friends with her. And then we were on the cheer squad together freshman year, and just throughout that, just being on cheer together and just being in the same kind of environment kind of brought us close together.
I think it's just you realize that there's good people and there's bad people, and you have to weed out those people while you're going through pivotal years. It's 4 years of friendship that you're either gonna look back and love or hate. And it sucks, but you have to go through it to eventually find the people that care about the most and that genuine intentions for you and your friendship.
Yeah, I mean, those things are important to go through.
I know. You have to weed out the bad ones to find the good ones.
Yes, and you find yourself a lot turn into who your friends are, and I feel that's true, but you also turn into who you are based on people that are around you, and you're like, oh wait, I don't really like how this person's treating me. Oh, kind of the stuff that they're saying doesn't really match up with what I believe in and how I want to feel about myself, and just those are super important.
I think you are the people you surround yourself with, and if you surround yourself with negative, toxic people that don't want the best for you or that don't see you in your greatest, don't want to see you succeed, then you're gonna be that kind of person. And whether it takes years, months, you have to figure out what's best, and sometimes those people are not it. But that's okay. It's okay that friendships dissolve, and that's fine. It's normal, but you have to realize that it is okay, and you're gonna find better people anyway. I feel I've been through a lot in high school. If you want to talk about any topic, I've probably been through it. I don't think there's a better person to answer your questions.
This person said, I feel I'm not going to have friends after high school and I'll lose touch with everyone. I've kind of gone through the same thing, but also I'm ready to have a new start. Probably going to a school that no one else is going to be going to. It's weird to think about how you're going into someplace alone, but so is everyone else around you. Some people may come with like their roommate, or some, if they're going to their school in state but you're going out of state, they may have some friends. But I feel like everyone's gonna be in the same boat with you, and everyone's gonna be trying to find friends at the same time. So
well, it's also like you're not going to eliminate your high school friends, but it's
Exactly.
opening the door to creating new friendship, and you have to just be open to that, because high school is just like a blip in time. It's 4 years. You're going to be in college for 4 years. So eventually you're going to find new friends and new people that feel the same way as you, think the same way, have the same morals. You just have to be open to it. And it seems scary, it seems hard, but like, you know, you'll always have your family, you know, you'll always have your high school friends, and then through that you create more friendships.
you also see your high school friends when you're back in
Yeah,
town
when you're
for
in breaks, all of that.
Like,
So it doesn't
you-
disappear. You just have to be open to it and find like-minded people. Like, let's say you're interested in tennis. Join the tennis team and find people that love to play tennis, you know? You have to find things that are in common with you and somebody else that you think you could have a friendship with them. Is high school as stressful as they say it is? Yes. Yeah, I think it is. I also got a lot of questions asking, like, which was the hardest year of high school? I think it was senior.
I think it was as well, just because of
College.
college, and your whole future relies on that,
Mhm.
and your grades, and you're also taking like more advanced classes.
Yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people say that junior year was the toughest because you're preparing for like ACT, SAT, that kind of stuff. I think we were fortunate enough to get blessed with like
Online.
COVID. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, but we had COVID, so we never really had to deal with like a hard junior year. Senior year though, last semester, like we're in our second semester now, kicked my butt. Like it was so hard. I think I was taking dual enrollment classes, all this stuff. I think senior year was the hardest, and everything about it is stressful. But again, it comes to an end. You just have to
Yes.
remind yourself of that. Like eventually the semester will end. Eventually the classes will end.
If I can give any advice to rising seniors, is make your schedule to where you are at school the
least as possible.
The least.
Do not go to school your senior year. Like that is my
Take
advice.
online classes, take your college classes, because those college classes count towards credits, and you'll get out of future classes when you're actually in college.
Senior year, you
So.
just want the least hard schedule possible. And some people like rack up their schedule, make it super hard. I do not recommend.
Because you're gonna be done.
Yeah, you're
not gonna
over
wanna
it.
do
Like you're in your last year, you do not want to try that hard for class. Bella and I literally go to school for like no time. I have one class at the high school. You have 2, 3.
I have 2 days a week I have 2 classes, 3 days a week I have 3 classes.
Like-
but every day I'm out of school by 11.
Yeah, I go from 11 to 12. It's great. I sleep until 10 a.m. every day. It's wonderful. And I take dual enrollment classes. Like, you just have to find the balance. But school's stressful. School's always stressful. But try and make it as least stressful as possible. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to find the balance, the give and the take.
Also, but if you're not the kind of person that likes being at school, by all means, do your courses at school. And not everyone can learn via online classes. But just in my experience and a lot of other people's experiences, is not at the school works the best.
It is. It is. You want time to do other things and prioritize other things. Like, school isn't everything. There's more to high school than just school.
Yes.
So a lot of questions I got are about balance and balancing after school activities, a job, school, work, like all of this stuff. And that's something I want to touch on. Coming from probably the busiest person in the entire world, I literally struggle so hard with balance, and I always have. If you guys don't know, I am enrolled in dual classes, still go to school. I work at a normal job. I do YouTube, and I still do cheer for the sideline, and I go to the gym every day. So there's like there's a lot of different things going on in my life, and every single day I find time to do it. And I think it's prioritizing what's important to you, but also maintaining a healthy balance, which is something I struggled really for a long time to figure out what that was. For instance, my schedule is I do school in the morning, I go to the gym, I do my work at night, and then after I get home from work, I do YouTube stuff, and that's what works for me. You just have to find a schedule that fits you and stick to it, because if you want to do all these things and they're all important to you, you'll make time for it. If something's not important to you, there was a time where I was literally working 3 jobs at once. And Bella can tell you,
It was so
it was
bad.
so stressful. it was literally, I was coaching gymnastics, I was working at the gym, and I was working at like Fairway, which is the golf place that I work at. Like, it was awful. I cannot work 3 jobs at
It was
once.
so bad. Like, you were kind of
It takes a toll on you mentally and physically. Like
you were just not in a good mood
ever. Physically, my
And-
body was like deteriorating from how much stress I was putting on
Yeah.
myself. Mentally, I was going insane because I was working so much. I had no time for anything but that. But you have to find the balance, and that's the hardest part. I don't know what the balance is or how to help you there.
I mean, I feel like it's different for every person.
Mhm.
And like once you find something that works for you, like you said, you have to stick to it, because like that's super healthy just for your brain and for your own sanity.
Yeah, you have to
Like,
find
because
that.
if it's changing all the time, like that's not good, because you're just gonna like drive yourself crazy.
That's what happened, and I don't recommend. Things, actions, or adventures you recommend doing in your high school years. Go to things. Literally
Yes.
just go to things. Freshman and sophomore year, Bella and I didn't do anything.
No.
We like didn't leave our house. We didn't go anywhere. We literally like didn't do anything. And then finally junior year and senior year, we finally started putting ourselves out there, and it's been like the best ever.
Most like real like constant social interaction I had was during lunch.
Literally.
And before school in my car. You and like some other people would come to my car in the mornings and we just hang out before first period. And
that's not enough. Like
I look back on that and I'm just like,
why?
what?
Why? Like, why would we not go to things? Why would we not
Yeah.
put ourselves out there? Like I said, there's more to high school than just school. Part of high school and the fun is going to football games, going to basketball games, hanging out with people on the weekend, dressing up for spirit days. Like, there are so many fun things in high school that you will never get to experience and love if you don't put yourself out there.
Even if you don't want to go,
Go.
find a friend that
Go.
maybe doesn't even want to go either.
And just go.
You'll end up having fun no matter what, because you'll see other people there and talk to people you don't usually talk to or haven't talked to in a while because they're not in any of your classes or in your social circle.
You have to put yourself out there to create memories and good experiences. And I think that's something we both learned. I mean,
Yes.
still to this day, I get a text and it's like, want to go to the basketball game? And I'm like, not really. And an hour later, I find myself at the basketball game. So it's like, you would just have to do it. Like, that's all I have to say. You have to do it. Once you do it, you'll be glad you did it. So go to parties, go to football games, go to basketball games, dress up for spirit days. That is the biggest advice I have. Dressing up for spirit days is so fun. And I have always been one to like go crazy for it. Like,
She dressed up as a
JoJo
Siwa.
I think dressing up is so fun, and I always remember being like nervous. Oh my gosh, are people gonna judge me? Yeah, but at least I look cute as JoJo Siwa. Put yourself out there, because that's when you create the most memories, and you'll remember going to the football game more than like staying at your house and studying for a test. Like, who cares about the test? Maybe that's bad
Sit
advice.
outside.
Maybe that's bad advice.
Depending on your grade in the class, and if you like, depending on how you study and whatever.
Study a little bit, have fun most of the time.
Yes, I mean a
my
lot of
life
high
motto.
school is just about the experiences. You're not defined by your grades.
No, oh my
At
gosh,
all.
never. You are
Like,
never defined by your grades, and that is also, I think, something important to talk about. When I moved here from Florida, grades literally were everything. Like in Florida, where I was going to school and where I was enrolled for a really long time, up until like high school, I was always like an honor student, like super smart, top of my class. Georgia humbled me real quick, and I was like, oh shoot, I cannot be in these like super hard honors classes anymore. And so I found what worked for me. I've always been an English student, so I've taken honors English. I've enrolled myself in college classes, dual enrollment classes, and that's what worked. And so it took me a little while to figure that out, so grades were not my strong suit. Eventually, I figured out that I just need to find classes that I know I'm good at, and then the grades will all come. You find what works for you. I knew that when I was pushing myself to take these really hard classes to make me seem smart to other people, it wasn't working. Grades aren't everything. They
Don't
really
take
aren't.
a class because it looks good.
No, don't. Coming from somebody who failed math freshman year, don't do it. Don't do it. It almost failed this year. But I didn't, guys. All A's and the B in math. But like, I literally
It's okay.
failed. I literally failed math freshman year because I wanted to look impressive, even when I knew I couldn't do it, you know? So why would I push myself to take a hard class if I knew I was gonna fail? Take classes that you know are smart and that you know you'll do good in. Take online math, it's easy, you'll do great. Photo math. I'm so bad at this. Is senioritis real?
Yes.
It is so real. Especially second semester. Like first semester, I was done. This semester, I'm even more done. I'm literally taking one real class. Like I take human anatomy, and besides that, I literally take the easiest classes because I'm so ready to leave high school. I just think I've gotten to the point where I'm not learning anything new. Nothing is like stimulating my brain. I'm friends with everybody. Like there's nothing new and exciting about high school anymore, especially because like cheer season's over. Senioritis is so real.
Worst thing about going into senior year, I feel like it's just the fact that knowing this is your last year and that everything is your last thing, like your last first day of school, your last tryout, your last
Ball game.
football, like everything is your last, which is so sad to think about, but also it's kind of refreshing to know like I made it this far.
I've made it this
and
far.
I'm almost done kind of thing, because you've been in school for your
So
whole
long.
life.
So
Your
long.
whole life, as far as you can remember, you've been in school. Feels like an accomplishment.
It's
that you've
freedom.
gone.
It's freedom.
Yeah.
It's knowing that I've done it. I've done it for so long that now I feel free. I feel like I earned it, you know? And there's something scary about it being your last, but there's something exciting about it being your last. Like our last football game was so sad. Like,
Oh, shut up.
okay, I don't like feel strong emotions, so that's probably a me problem. But like so many people were crying, you know, like there was a lot of people crying. Did I feel that way?
No.
Nah. But like it's
I was
still,
crying my eyes out laughing at me. She laughed at me.
it's something to be emotional about, knowing that it's the last football game that you're ever gonna cheer ever in your high school career. But it's also like that was an era. The era has ended.
Does the drama stop once you're a junior?
It's worse. It gets so
The
much
drama
worse.
never stops.
Hate
drama.
drama.
It is the worst thing in the world. It is such a waste of your energy.
And time
And your
mental
it
capacity.
is so not worth it. Like now I'm just like, if anything is like gonna turn into something like drama of some sort, I'm just like, yeah, no, don't care, bye. Like,
If there is something,
not doing
if
it.
there is a tip I would give you, is to find drama-free people and surround yourself with them. Because
Absolutely.
if there is always a conflict, if there's always a problem, if your name is always being brought up and you know it's not your fault genuinely, that's a bigger problem, and the problem is probably not you. And you need to just remove yourself out of that equation. And that is it.
Your name being brought up by other people and other people are telling you this stuff, that's not okay.
No.
That is not okay at all. And you know, you weren't there to stand up for yourself, so you're hoping that other people there were standing up for you. And if I found myself in that situation and I was like, yeah, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
Bye. Like, I'm not gonna handle that. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'll address you on it and I'll call you out for it.
And that is
But
all.
that's it.
You just-
I'm not gonna think about it anymore
You
because
take yourself out of the equation. Dating in high school. I would love to address this topic. Oh
it's
my
not
gosh.
worth it.
No, I think it is worth it.
I feel like it depends.
No, I don't know if I agree with you. I think it is important to date in high school. Not maybe for extended periods of time, but you have to figure out what you like and what you don't like. And if you have
Yes.
no experience dating somebody in high school, how are you going to be ready to date somebody out of high school, you know?
Okay, so there's long-term relationships and there's just dating around, like finding the kind of people you like. Okay, yes.
Yeah. I do
Finding the
not
type of person that suits you.
is important,
important.
but you have to do that by going and figuring it out, you know?
Yes.
So I think it's important to date. Would I say long term? No. I do not think it is worth sacrificing your years of development and growth and experience to find yourself in love with somebody at the ripe age of 15.
Yeah.
Speaking from personal experience, it doesn't work out. I think it's fun though. Like there's something fun about finding a person that you like so much that you like want to spend all your time with them, that you want to go out on dates, you want to figure out like what's going on in their head. There's something fun about boys, just boys in general. And if you find yourself liking them and in the situation that you think, okay, like let's make this official. Make it official. Like who cares how long it lasts? See how long it lasts. If it fails, I mean, it sucks, but it's just high school. You have to remind yourself that. Coming from somebody who wasted 2 years of high school being in a long-term relationship, it wasn't worth it, but it taught me a lot. So I'm kind of grateful, but like at the same time, it was awful. So
Yes.
I don't know. I think date, figure out what you like and what you don't like, and then
Then you're prepared
good
for
the
rest of
future.
your life.
Mhm.
And like college, I feel like it's the same thing. Like,
you date around. Like you're not gonna marry somebody in high school, and if you do, you're lucky, I guess. But very few people who date in high school get married, so don't worry about it. It's not that deep.
number one thing you recommend doing or getting in high school?
A car.
Yes.
If you can afford a car, if you're financially stable and your family can support you in getting a car, get a car. I know so many people that still rely on like family members or friends to pick them up and take them places. Get your license and get your car, and that is it. I procrastinated getting my license. I had to wait like 6 months to get it because it wasn't important to me at the time. And for those 6 months, literally everybody was driving me around, and it was so bad. So
I was one of the first people to drive in our grade. Like, I had my car at the school sophomore year. And I was always driving people around once I was allowed to.
You have so much more freedom, and
it's so nice.
You can go places, you can do things, you can hang out with friends, you can go get food whenever you want, you can go to the mall. Like, you have so much more freedom. So if you can, get your license and get your car. That's what I would totally recommend. Bullying. It's real. Bullying is real. I was a first-hand proponent. I would say it was very bad freshman and sophomore year for me, just because like the whole YouTube thing. It sucked. Like, I was bullied like hardcore, and it like definitely took a toll on me. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it, but people would literally like write hate notes and leave them in my backpack, and I'd like go to my next class and I'd open it and be like, oh, you should die, and I'm like, thanks guys.
Like, it's not okay.
It's so not okay
at all.
And the fact that somebody could bring themselves to do that is disgusting, and it definitely shows a moral character on their part.
And it just shows their insecurities and how they feel about themselves, and it just shows how just kind of messed up mentally that they are. And you don't deserve any of that. No one deserves to be treated that way in any form or fashion.
Especially as a developing teenager. Like, you're 15, you're 14, you're still learning what is good, what is right, what is okay, how you feel about yourself. And when somebody is telling you all these disgusting things or spreading these things about you, like, it just sucks. So if you are a proponent of bullying, I'm so sorry. Been there, done that. It does get better. And if you are the bully, screw you. Like, that is so mean. Don't do that. Stop doing that. You gain nothing.
Okay.
You gain nothing. It is awful. It is not nice. Would not recommend. That was intense. Sorry, guys.
And even if you are the one being bullied, talk to someone, talk to a trusted adult, even if it's not your parents. Like, talk to a teacher, talk to your counselor, form that relationship with someone to where you can talk to them about it. It's super hard to do that. Like, super hard. And even if it's just one of your close friends, like, talk to them. It helps to get that information out and off your chest, just so that other people are kind of aware of the situation and know to check up on you and to kind of realize in a group setting if they see these things happening.
You have to prioritize your mental health. And coming from somebody who like did not do that, I didn't tell anybody. It took my mom finding out for her to realize, like, oh my gosh, people are being mean to my daughter. Put yourself in a situation to be vulnerable enough to open up, and then good things will come. I promise. But bullying is bad. Don't do it. Parties are fun.
Parties are fun.
Parties are fun. I mean, you have to realize that, like, you're only gonna get to do it once. You're only gonna get to go to a few high school parties. So, like, go. Who cares? Be safe. Make smart decisions. Don't put yourself in a situation that you know is bad. But go and have fun. Like,
know your boundaries and know your limits and stay to those. Don't surpass them.
Yeah. Do not throw away your morals. Like, make sure that you're morally in line and in check. Peer pressure is a thing. Don't give into it. Don't ever give into it. But have fun. Like, that's it. That's the only advice I can give
I feel
you.
like they're also important to go to at least one
few
or two. So you're also prepared for college, and you're not just like thrown into this like massive party, and you're like, I don't know what to do.
But it's also it's about being social. Like, parties, whatever. There's stuff that goes on, but like, you want to have the social aspect. You want to know how to communicate with people in a big setting with loud music. So socially, I feel like you have to put yourself in that situation. Just go and have fun. Like, who cares at the end of the day?
But also just recognize and like be in tune with yourself. If you're uncomfortable, leave.
Get out of there.
Like,
there's been so many times Bella and I will go to a party and we'll be like, this is just so lame, and we'll just leave. Because
or like we go in and we're like, the vibes are just off
and
tonight,
we
and
go.
then we find out later that night like something happened. Listen to your gut.
It's always
like,
right. Your gut is
it's
always right.
always right, and it potentially save you from
A bad situation.
really bad situation.
But also, I think you realize partying is fun, but I've gotten to the stage in senior year where I'm kind of like, I'd rather hang out with my 2 friends anyways. Like, there's so many times where I'm like, I don't want to go out. Like, I would have so much more fun with my 2 friends than to go out and party, you know? So you find time for both. You go to parties, you mingle, you socialize, but you also spend time with the people that you care about the most.
It's fun to meet new people, but at the same time, like,
They're just party people, you know? Like, there's some people, there's school friends, there's social friends, and sometimes you realize, oh, I'm only talking to this person because I'm at a party, or I'm only with this person because we have the same class together. And that's fine. It's good to have those relationships, but at the end of the day, you want to create closer bonds that you know that, like, that person will be there when you need them, not just when you're at a party alone. So, you make friends for all situations, and you do that by going out and exploring those options.
and when you go to a party, go with people.
Yeah,
just
don't
show up
go by yourself.
Because then you have like your safe person.
Mhm.
Like Katie's my safe person, and so like someone's talking to me, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Like, or
Eye
I
contact.
feel uncomfortable. I
like-
try and find Katie, and I'm just like, save me.
We lock eye contact. It's great. I'll be like talking to somebody. I'm like, okay, this conversation's so bored, and I just find myself looking for Bella, and then I'll look at her and I'll be like, bathroom. There's so many times I'm like, bathroom, just
Yeah.
to get myself out of that social situation, just to clear
Yeah.
the air. I'm like, you know
Because
what?
by the time you get out of the bathroom, they're already talking to someone else.
Exactly.
And
And
they
it's all
probably
good.
even forgot you were talking to them.
It's all good.
So I feel like
Find a buddy
Yes,
system.
buddy system.
Buddy system. I will never show up to a party by myself. I have never done that, and I would never will. That's terrifying. I will always go with somebody, whether it's a close friend, whether it's not a close friend, whether it's a boy. I'm always with somebody. I will never go by myself. Just be responsible and be safe and have fun.
done.
Okay, that's all the questions we're going to
Wow.
answer because this has been way too long. Okay, so that is your high school advice from your local seniors, your favorites.
Your local senior.
Your local seniors. I really think that you have so much time and experience so much in high school that you just have to, at the end of the day, learn to have fun and create memories that you know are going to last forever. Make those core memories and have good grades. Like, balance good grades with having fun and you'll be successful. And that's it. So hopefully this gave you some advice. Hopefully you learned something. And if you didn't, I'm so sorry. Hopefully you were entertained. Because at the end of the day, that's all I can offer. We love you. Happy 2022 to all my class of 2022.
Wow.
We're seniors, baby. Only one semester left. Off to bigger and better and greater things.
The future.
The future. Which I am going to make an entire video talking about my future in the future because it's not something I'm ready to talk about yet. But eventually I will be. And for all the people asking, coming soon.
Full of excitement.
Full of excitement and new and creative content, lots of new experiences.
Yeah!
So exciting. So, love you guys. Subscribe down below. Follow all my social medias. They're all Katie McKenzie. And I will see you soon with another video. Bye.